Yes, people, how's it going? Welcome back to Lily White Lane. Good evening in the words of Unai Emery. Hope you're having a smashing and a fantastic Friday evening. The weekend is finally upon us, and what a weekend it is. The boys in action tomorrow against United. United away doesn't get much bigger than that when it comes to an away day and the 3 points we badly want and need. But look, before we do get into all of that jazz, get into all of that good stuff, make sure, if you haven't already, to smash that subscribe button, hit that like button as hard as you possibly can, and tap the notification bell once you have subscribed. If you haven't, what are you doing with your life, seriously? But if you have subscribed, which I hope you have by now, tap the notification bell so you'll be notified every single time we do upload on the channel. But look, massive game tomorrow, massive game. It's a top 4 6-pointer. As I say, United away is always big, but with the circumstances, the positions in the league table, it's huge. It's absolutely huge. A couple of weeks ago, as I say, now it's been a very strange season for us. 1 minute we're saying top 4's on, the next minute we're saying it's not. But, 2 wins in a row now. Now, I understand the teams, and the quality of the teams weren't brilliant, but that was against Leeds and that was against Everton. That's 2 wins in a row. That's the first time we've done that in a little while. And we need that consistency. Conte said it, Kane said it. If we want any chance of top 4, we need that consistency. We need to get a little run together. And we're beginning to build that run. We're beginning to build more confidence and more momentum, as I say. And look, we do really badly need it. After that, after the Wolves game, people said, top 4's probably done and dusted now, in all honesty. And then we go and get the miracle result against City. An awful performance against Burnley, which we should be winning in all honesty, and then go and beat Leeds. And you've got to look at those 3 away games, and as much as we can complain about the Burnley game and the order it went in and whatever, and the results we did get in the way that we got them, that's 6 points out of 9 gained in 3 away games. 1 was on a cold, wet, rainy night in Turf Moor. 1 was at Ellen Road when the fans were massively up for it, when they needed to make a statement. And I understand they didn't play well, but you've got to consider that. And 1 was against the best team in the world at the minute. So you've got to look at that and say, that's a good amount of points. And then, take on Everton at home. And we got everything right. Even certain players, us Spurs fans, are being criticised. And even when we've got these wins, the likes of Doherty, the likes of Sessegnon, really stepped up in that game. And I think we're beginning to see that sort of squad, that sort of consistency. We do need to battle for top 4. And the team we're playing tomorrow, in all honesty, as bad as consistency we have, they're even worse. It's Manchester United, and it's a mad situation what's going on with them. Because very similar to Spurs in recent weeks, you don't know what United's going to turn up. They're in absolute disarray behind the scenes. You've got players leaking issues behind the scenes. You've got an interim manager who no one in the dressing room seems to believe in, as I say. You've got fans having a go at the owners, arguing with each other. They're in a mess. Their fan base is in a mess. Their football club is in a mess. But it doesn't matter about how much of a mess you're in. With the quality they've got, when you've got Cristiano Ronaldo, Jadon Sancho, Marcus Rashford, David De Gea, Rafael Varane and Bruno Fernandes in your team, you can turn up. And I'm just hoping they don't tomorrow. At home, as I say, they need 3 points. This is the sort of game that, even though they're in disarray, Man United, that they do turn up for. Now, we had a couple good away days under Pochettino, but mainly at Old Trafford, it hasn't been too joyous. It hasn't been too brilliant. And I'm just really hoping for a huge 3 points, as I say. Manchester, can we turn Manchester white, in all honesty? It's not blue, it's not red. Could it be white tomorrow? Could we get 2 away wins in Manchester? We'll have to wait and see. But as I say, let's talk about the opponents quickly. Very strange at the minute, United. Very strange. Now, apart from the last 2 results, the Watford one and the Manchester derby, they were picking up results, right? And, the Wolves one is a one-off in my opinion. But apart from that, they were picking up results. Whether it be a draw against Southampton, which wasn't brilliant, but the win against Brighton, the win against Leeds, they were winning games. But at the end of the day, not in convincing fashion at all. One of my big sayings on the channel, though, is it doesn't matter how you win games as long as you win them. But it does if you're Manchester United, because there was no confidence in that team. They were playing against teams that gave them no real threat. And in both of those games, against Leeds and Brighton, you could probably say the opposition were the better team, in all honesty. But look, they were winning games, but not in convincing fashion. And as soon as And I thought this to myself. I thought as soon as they come up against the top team, they're going to get brought back down to earth. And we're really going to see the level that Manchester United are at. And we saw it against Manchester City. They were all over the place. All over the place. Defensively, a joke. You've got players in there such as Harry Maguire who are nowhere near Man United level. It's mad. You can have players like Varane and Bruno Fernandes and Ronaldo in your team. But then you've got players like McTominay, Fred, Harry Maguire, who I don't even think would get into to a team such as Leicester or a Villa or a mid-table team this season. I really don't think those players would get into that team, the likes of McTominay and Fred. They're really, really shocking. It's such a confusing situation with Manchester United, but we saw it as soon as they came up against a good team. They got absolutely smashed. And for me, a team isn't about the quality you have in a team. It's about the togetherness you have in a team. And what makes a team is players really combined and really showing passion for each other, really fighting and playing for the manager and for the team. You don't see that with United. It seems to me that most of their star players go out there to make themselves look good. Ronaldo goes out there to make himself look good. Harry Maguire, Bruno Fernandes, those players go out there not to play for the manager, not to play for each other, but to play more for themselves. And that's the difference between Spurs. Say what you want about our results in recent weeks, but you can see the players are playing for the manager. The players are playing for the other players in the team, as I say. And that's the difference between Spurs and United right now. And I'm very confident. I'm very confident we can get something at Old Trafford. In all honesty, you've got to look at it now. A draw, it would be frustrating considering United's form. The draw against Watford and the win against City. The win against City. They bloody wish it was a win against City. The absolute pasting they got, battered like a sausage down the local chip shop by City, as I say. They haven't been on good form. But it's away. It's a tough game at Old Trafford. And for our top 4 hopes, if we can win that, we go 2 points off Arsenal. Probably will be 5 points off Arsenal once they beat Leicester. I doubt Leicester will get something. But I hope Leicester gets something. Potentially even take a point or 3 points would be fantastic. And I'd happily take it. But I'd take a point with 2 games in hand. Because you've got to say, although Arsenal have all these games in hand in the top 4 race, United have none. West Ham have none, right? Definitely top 4 contenders, knowing how easily us and Arsenal can slip up. But you've got to look at Arsenal and Spurs now with the games in hand. But what I think gives us that slight edge over Arsenal, and people say, look at the table, look at the run they're putting on, and I'll get to that in a second. But our games in hand are Brighton and them. Their games in hand are us away. And it's like, okay, they've got 2 other games in hand. But against Chelsea away and against Liverpool. For me, they take potentially 1 point out of all those games. And that could potentially be against us. But even at our place, first time coming to a full capacity White Hart Lane, I don't know. I really don't know. Brighton, we should be picking up all 3 points today. And if we can, that top 4 race is really on. But we just need to get something tomorrow, to keep that confidence, to keep that momentum, to get that sort of run without a loss in the team, picking up results. So look, I'd take a point tomorrow. I really would. No matter what people say about United's form, I think a point would be a good point, especially away at Old Trafford. But 3 points, could we get it? You never know what United are going to turn up. Same as you never know what Spurs are going to turn up. But we're getting that little bit more consistency now. So, score prediction, I'm going to go... Oh, it's a very tough one. I'm going to go for... You know what? I was thinking about a draw. The more and more I think about it, I think we can go there. Doherty firing passes like a prime Luka Modric like he was on Monday. Harry Kane banging them in for fun at the minute. Heung-min Son making brilliant runs. Kulusevski taking on the whole team. Kulusevski, Kane and Son versus Harry Maguire, Wan-Bissaka and a defence that's a shambles at the minute at United. You know what? 3-2 Tottenham. That's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with 3-2 Spurs. It's a massive game. That's my score prediction. 3-2 to Tottenham Hotspur. It would be absolutely phenomenal if we could get that result. The limbs in the away end. So, look, I do look forward to the game.